Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for joining me here. Today is the 7th of November of 2022, and I'm doing a reading for the lunar eclipse, the full moon, total lunar eclipse, which is happening tomorrow. Now remember, eclipses never happen actually on the day. It's just that the energies are very powerful the closer we are to the eclipse. We are ending up the eclipse phases for the year of 2022, as this is the second consecutive eclipse out of two groups of eclipses. The first two were in April-May, end of April and mid-May of this year. And remember, the eclipses are full moons or new moons that happen very close to the nodal axis, which the nodal axis speaks to our future collective fate and destiny. What is it that we need to leave behind is the south node. What is it that's familiar is the south node. It's comfortable because we've already been dealing with that. We're coming from the south node and we are growing towards the north node. So the north node, and this eclipse is a north node eclipse because it's happening in Taurus at the 16th degree of Taurus. And Uranus is there as well. So not only is the North Node there, which is the more positive of the two nodes, so the North Node and the South Node, right? The South Node is even more karmic. So we're being pushed to get uncomfortable and move towards the North Node. Now, we are all part of the future collective consciousness. We are part of the collective, right? So not only have we been born with our personal placements of the North Node and the South Node and the planets when we took our first breath, which is our birth chart, but we are always part of the collective as well. So we are affected. Okay. Knight of Pentacles just fell out. Virgo energy, Earth energy. Someone's not certain about moving forward. I'm going to do a divine spread today. This is a general reading for many that I'm reading for. And I will be taking some cards. So we're reading the energies, remember. This is an eclipse that is ruled by Venus. And Venus is in Scorpio. Remember that when we've got a full and a new moon, well, a full moon, I should say, we've got the sun transiting through Scorpio. And happy birthday, dear Scorpio. If you're celebrating your birthday around today, tomorrow, and the day after, this eclipse is going to really be important for your year moving forward. Okay, and of course, if you are a Taurus born roughly in the middle of the Taurian season, it's very important for you as well. Okay, so not only for Taurus, Scorpio, and they are fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, we are talking about Leo and Aquarius as well, because they're the other two fixed signs. If you are a Leo and Aquarius, or an Aquarius, or you've got planets there, or any important points of the chart, which is, your ascendant, your descendant, your midheaven, and your IC. If you have anything at the 16th degree, give or take a couple of degrees back or forth from the 16th degree, then this is important for you too. Yeah, we've all got those fixed placements in our chart somewhere, so we all feel the energies. It's just that it's more important for those that have got planets and special points there. So yes, this is a Venusian total lunar eclipse. And Venus she's been traveling through Scorpio, through the underworld of, Plutonian ruled Scorpio. Scorpio is also ruled by Mars, and Mars is retrograding in Gemini. So there's things that we are revisiting to do with the past. Uranus, which can be a revelation, a tower moment, a shocking turn of events, whatever you are breaking free from, releasing yourself from, or having the awareness about, because a full moon, remember, is a culmination. Full moons are always very irritating and stressful, and we may feel especially with Uranus there, we may feel very tempted to act and react suddenly. Do take a breath, take a step back, because, you know, I see Uranus as he's very electrical, right? He does rule electricity and the internet, so anything to do with information, understanding, some sort of an awakening that the collective is going through. It can, you know, something that happens will bring a domino effect. And whatever is being eclipsed out of our lives, because obviously a full moon is a culmination, it's an ending, but after an ending comes a new beginning. Something needs to be taken away from our lives that has run its course, that's taking up space, right? Remember, the past eclipse a couple of weeks ago was a new moon in Scorpio. So we've started this journey, this new beginning, which could take up to 6 months until the next eclipses, right? Because eclipses that happen on fixed signs are very powerful. Now, Taurus speaks to our money, our property. What is it that we have that makes us feel safe and secure? What tantalizes those five senses, right? Taurus likes to feel good. Venus is love, it's prosperity, it's values, it's self-worth. So this eclipse, this completion point, will be happening in a Venusian sign. Now, Venus is opposite in Scorpio, so she's in a very weak position right now. And in actual fact, Mercury is also in opposition. So we've got Venus, the South Node, and Mercury in opposition to this eclipse, where Uranus, the moon, which is filling out, and the North Node are. Now, the moon likes to be in Taurus. The moon feels good, feels strong in Taurus. But there's something that is brewing, something that we need to see, right? And remember, as it's a total lunar eclipse, the light of the sun that reflects onto the moon will be totally eclipsed out. So we're going to have to go with our intuition. Remember, the moon is our subconscious. It's what we don't see, right? It's got anything to do with our home, the mother, our psyche. Full moons, yes, can be stressful. Take some time, meditate, see what shows up for you. Now, this doesn't have to necessarily happen tomorrow, as I said. For some of you, you've already had those surprises, or others of you will have moving forward, okay? So I think that's it on the astrology. Let's take the tarot spread and see what's going on collectively. Now, this could be a message for you. It may resonate or it may not. Make sure that you come back to this reading, because there will be details that you will need to revisit and look at when you have things happening for you personally. Remember, the tarot reading, tarot is a tool, and of course we are reading for the collective, but you may receive even just one message out of this reading. Even if it's not exactly what's happening for you and in your personal life, revisit and see what's going on for you down the track. So, dear Spirit, please guide us. This full moon, this culmination, what is closing up? What is closing up? What is completing? What will we be shown? I do feel that we are close to the end of the huge challenges that are going on, that have been going on since 2020 with these eclipses. And yes, they are earth-shaking changes. We could have earthquakes, we could have volcanic eruptions, we could have very difficult weather conditions, as even Mars squaring over to Neptune. Neptune, remember, rules the seas. Neptune is retrograde in Pisces. He is very strong in Pisces. Jupiter is also there, which can expand on the illusion of Neptune, or I feel personally, because these two, Jupiter and Neptune, they connected in April earlier this year. Jupiter has returned back to Pisces, his home. He's joining forces with Neptune. So he's trying to bring us the wisdom where there's been no clarity, where there's been deception, propaganda, lots of propaganda in the news, in mainstream media. It's a time to see what's going on. Remember that Gemini, where Mars is retrograding, has got to do with information, with the news. What are we being told? What is communicated? And of course, I want to wish you all a good luck with the elections, the midterm elections in the US, which is happening right on the eclipse. See, nothing happens for no reason. Everything is on time and in time. When Kronos, Saturn, the Lord of Karma and timing, allows us for things to happen, right? Otherwise, he puts up those blockades. Let's see what's going on. Remember that Saturn and Uranus still in square. They've been squaring since the beginning of last year. This is where they are now separating, right? Uranus is still retrograde. Saturn has turned direct from Aquarius. Remember, Uranus and Saturn are rulers of Aquarius. So we are moving into the age of Aquarius. Pluto next year will ingress into Aquarius. We're going to have a lot of air, so it's going to be a lot about our perception, communication, understanding, air, all about air, truths, right? Uranus is the truth. Uranus is also large groups of people. It's the human race, right? And Saturn has been trying to keep us blocked, limited, and Saturn is those that are in positions of power, trying to hold things in the way they were. Evolution and revolution is necessary, and Uranus will bring that to all of us. Let's see what's going on, even if this is for you and in a personal way. It's time to break free, break out, where there's been no Venusian, no values, no love, no prosperity, no securities. You haven't been able to put food on your table and feed your children. Something's got to change. Remember, Uranus also in Taurus. Taurus is the banking systems. We are talking about systems breaking down, old systems. Dear Spirit, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and Lophiel, please guide me to guide others on what this eclipse may bring. And I'm wishing you all luck for the elections in the US, but also where these eclipses are concerned, because relationships are breaking down and there's new relationships forming, new partnerships. Where there's been toxicity, those relationships that have been very karmic are going. That's what we are releasing, and Spirit helps us do that. So let's look at Uranus on this eclipse as something very good. Even if it shows up in a difficult way, know that you are being jolted, and that's how I see Uranus. He jolts us onto the path that we're meant to be, our soul's path, and the path of the collective, the world. Okay, we've got the cards here. Let's see what the Karma Dharma is. Karma Dharma on this lunar eclipse, this full moon in Taurus. What are the energies we are working with? Oh, wow. Thank you, Spirit. Leo, I just got the goosebumps. I got the goosebumps. Yes, all over. The sun is Leo, my dear friends. Leo is confidence. Leo is love, it's heart. Leo is clarity, it's the sun. The sun speaks to healthy ego. The sun speaks to generosity. Leo is generous. Leo is artistic. It's performance. It's being up on stage. It rules creativity. The ability to birth something new, to create, to heal, to know. The sun speaks to reconciliation. The sun speaks to leadership. It speaks to confidence. Leo is the lion. It speaks to leadership, right? It speaks to putting in the effort, obviously, but knowing that you can succeed. Leo is, it's things pertaining to the heart, heartfelt situations, romance, flirtation, fun, risk-taking, childlike energies, the inner child. Where there's been cloudedness and illusions, the sun breaks through those clouds and brings us the understanding. Now, this, we are reading for the collective as well, so this is a very powerful message that speaks to, and we know that we've had leaders that have been leading us down that rabbit hole and into the darkness. It's time for leaders that are pure, that are loving, that are there for the good of the whole and not their own gains, to break through, to come into being, to lead humanity into the age of Aquarius, into a sense of togetherness and freedom and love, right? Coming through from a place of truth. Remember that opposite Leo is Aquarius, where Saturn's claws has been trying to hold us from our freedom, from our sovereignty, from connecting with large groups of people, from friendships, from, remember that Aquarius is also friendships, but it's also detaching, where we can be the individual. We don't have to all be a number. We've got a name, we've got, we are individuals, we are very different to each other, but we can all come together and become that group and not be separated, right? This is all about the age of Aquarius and coming together, as long as we have people that come from a place of heart and truth. The sun, remember, is a lot of fire. Fire burns anything that is unhealthy. The fire speaks to wisdom, truth, and this is Helios, God Helios. So we know that the sun is our life force as well. So without the sun, we will all be like the flowers in the attic, right? I don't know if you've read those books. I've read 5 books. We've been stuck at home, out of the sun, out of the ability to connect with others and create even relationships, keeping social distance. Humanity is going to end. It's like cutting off the oxygen. It's a time for change. We've been through the darkness. It's time to come out into the sun, into happiness. Let's see what the divine spread brings. Thank you, Spirit. What is at the foundation? 6 of Pentacles. What is hidden that we don't know? We've got the Death card. So there is a major ending here. Scorpio also speaks to money or finances that come through from a partner or from another source. Remember that Scorpio is Pluto, and Pluto is transiting through Capricorn. That is breaking down. Capricorn is those that are in positions of powers. It's the hierarchy, is the patriarchy that's been around for thousands and thousands of years, that is not wanting to lose their power. Unfortunately for them, the matriarchy is growing, and we see the divine feminine coming into power. We see many divine feminine, many women, let's say, taking positions of power. And we know that the yin energy is more psyche, is more nurturing and more loving, more motherly. Okay, so... Okay, let's take one card straight away on this Death card. Remember that we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Remember that the card of Scorpio and the Death card, obviously, Scorpio is where the South Node is transiting, and that's where Venus is, and that's where Mercury is. So where there's been no clarity, Mercury, the messenger of the gods, he's in the Plutonian energy of the sky, area of the sky right now. So he's bringing us things that need to come to the light of day where they've been hidden. He will bring us information. Can be connected to anything to do with learning or children or information, right? Which is, of course, Mercury. Mercury will and has been delving deep, trying to bring us the truth about relationships, the truth about karma, the truth about what is it that we need to release. Also, Scorpio is large amounts of money. So where have all those large amounts of money been going? Because I've been saying that the money changes hands. Many have become very, very rich over the past 3 years. Pharmaceuticals, people that are in positions of power. And where the collective is concerned, the collective has been strained financially and economically. And we know that where resources are concerned, with Uranus transiting through Taurus, which is our resources. We see what's going on in the world, whether it's the war, whether it's the pandemic, whether it's the banking systems, governments, and the decisions that they make, which the decisions obviously that they make are not for the gain of the collective, more so for their own personal gains. Okay, so we see here a Ten of Pentacles, which can be the family card, obviously. So there's a definite transformation where a family is concerned. Money also. Some sort of an ending will open up a path to prosperity or a new beginning. This is either ending from a cycle where something needs to be let go of, right? Maybe there wasn't enough prosperity. I'm not reading reversal. So the Ten of Pentacles could have been in the reverse, which would go back to the 9 for me. So someone is becoming single, possibly for some of you, or needing to know that they are good enough to stand on their own and they can fend for themselves and possibly others that they love as well. So we need to, as individuals, understand that we hold a certain power ourselves, and joining and bringing that power, working together with others and not against others, will expand, right? So we're all part of the collective, and each and every one of us, even our prayers, bringing them together, connecting through spirit and connecting and asking for the good of the collective, to save people in the world, because we've seen a lot of deaths, a lot of souls transcending and passing on to their next phase, with Pluto, of course, through Capricorn, which is a Saturn-ruled sign. Malefic, 2 malefic planets, but Pluto is coming to the last degrees, and next year in March will enter Aquarius, where there'll be release, there'll be more freedom, there'll be more understanding about what was going on in this dark era that humanity has gone through, and each of us personally. So yes, this Ten of Pentacles turns into an Ace, so there's a possible new beginning. It is grounded, it is in earth. Okay, so it is something stable. We've also got the Six of Pentacles, which to me, we see the scales. Let me show you the card. It is a little bit dark. I don't know if I can fix the light, but we see the scales that are in balance here. And we also see here that he's giving more to one person and less to the other. So maybe there's been an injustice where legalities also are concerned, or where giving and receiving is concerned, right? Six of Pentacles, sixes, remember, 6 is the lovers, but 6 is also balance and harmony. So something about our finances, where there's been injustices, or something that needs to be made right, possibly here. Something needs to change, needs to go. There's been a lot of karma around, and remember, this is what we are needing to let go of, and we've got the help of Pluto. We've got the help of these eclipses as well. the South Node in Pluto, to let go and shed of anything dark. And it's a time of transformation, dear friends, for all of us. Recent past, we've got the Chariot. So some of us are in preparation possibly for a move. It could be a house move. It could be just needing to make a decision to, hone in and decide, because remember, we've got a white and black horse. This is like the light and the darkness. It's like bringing them together, the good and the bad, bringing those two energies together. And we are in charge. We have been put in the Chariot. We are the one driving the Chariot. Now, of course, this could be, I don't know, it's a major arcana. We've got Cancer, Scorpio, lots of water. The Chariot does speak to someone following their wish fulfillment. Usually in the Chariot, we've got above him are the stars. So he's preparing or deciding to make this move. Yes, with Mars retrograding in Gemini, it's all about decision making. But we're led by the moon. Remember, the Cancer does and is ruled by the moon. So it's interesting, we've got the sun and the moon here, which is right on point. So bringing in that yin and that yang energy working together. So the divine masculine and the feminine wanting the same outcome, coming together, joining forces to go to victory, because this is a victory card. So obviously a new cycle has begun from you. It may point to the Cancer season, possibly, or there's, I don't know, something to do with the home, the mother. Remember that the sun is the father and the moon is the mother. So this is powerful. Let's see what's going on in the now, possibly. We've got the Four of Wands, so it does speak to a home. So remember, we've got togetherness here. This is 11:11, and we've got a portal. We've got a couple of portals. Now, eclipses are portals that open, yes. The 8th of November, tomorrow is the day of Archangel Michael, my dear friends. Remember, Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel, they are the protectors of our universe. And they will use their swords, right, to protect humanity, to protect our universe. Tomorrow is a very big day for the Greek Orthodox, and I don't know who else. Maybe leave your comment and let me know. It's the day that we celebrate Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel, the protectors, right? Protectors of the sky, the aviation, the protectors of the sky. Therefore, aviation celebrates tomorrow too. So long distance travel, flight travel, and anything to do with the sky. Excuse me. So it's a big day tomorrow. The 8th of November, remember, it's an 8. The sun usually shows the infinity symbol. Life goes on, life continues. There is protection. There are portals that are opening. And this is the 11:11, so we do have the 11th of the month of November, which is the 11th month. Let me just restart. But I also want to point out that with the 10th of the 11th is a very important day as well. So we've got the 11/11 of 2022. It's got to do with singlehood, the individual, but also twos, togetherness and segregation, where there's been no happiness, where there's been no growth, where there's been no abundance and no life, no oxygen. It's time to separate yourself, whether it's a romantic relationship, a partnership, a family relationship, friendships, everything, all relationships are now being dealt with, right? So Four of Wands does speak to happiness logically. We do see the two doves here above. I was just putting my timer on, and stick with me, stay with me, as I will be taking messages of love as well here. So we've got 11:11. This could speak to coming together, a house party, coming together with family, some sort of meeting, coming together, putting down those wands, right? It talks about stability. And of course, this can speak to vocation and work as well. But we do see things pertaining to the home and our security is very much so. And the home shows up a lot. We've got a lot of messages speaking to the moon, this is a full moon, yes. And remember that the fourth house does rule the mother. It also rules the family and also our lifeline, the past connections as well. Let's see what is crowning this reading. We've got the Ace of Swords, and this is what we want. This is what we want. We want the clarity. We want to see the truth. We need to use this sword. This logically is the sword of Archangel Michael. So something was just coming to me. It just escaped me. And again, it's a potential here. Remember, again, it speaks to victory. I think there's a Greek saying which says where there's no growth, there's cutting. So whatever is outgrown and is dead skin, dead weight that we are carrying, we need to shed. That is the South Node that we've started. Remember that new moon in Scorpio on 25th of October. So Ace of Swords, yes, is a tool, is a potential that we are given. It also speaks to perception. Yes, we've got air, so communication. And I want to say, check this out. Look at this sword that the Death card holds looking down, where there's been no truth, right? Because this sword has been put into the ground. Someone refusing to bring the truth, to give you the truth. Remember, Scorpio is very hidden. It's very secretive. There's a lot of fear pertaining to Scorpio. And of course, it can be toxic, but it can also speak to revelations about things that were hidden in that dark closet, skeletons in the closet. Someone fearing, looking at those and healing, airing their secrets, airing their darkest, deepest depths and releasing. So this is facing up now. Let's see what the action and advice is concerned. We've got the Six of Cups. So yes, soulmate connection, children, the past, nostalgia, possible reconciliation for many of you. And I do see here for many of you, this could also speak to moving countries, right? Moving to a physical distance. You could be obviously traveling through the air or over land or even over water. But I see that where this cycle or this chariot that has started, this new beginning, and someone is obviously following their intuition here. Remember, it's the moon. The moon does speak to depth and secrecy, but also strong intuition. Someone following where they feel they will be nurtured, provided for, and taken care of. We've got a home here. So possibly new beginnings here. We are also nostalgic and looking back to the past. Remember, Mars is retrograding in Gemini. So there are decisions that we're needing to make, but having to go over things that will bring up past situations. And therefore decisions are needing to be made. We're needing to be curious, ask the questions. Right? And again, this could also be bringing people back from the past. Right? Mars is the desire. It's the passion. It's the yang energy. Someone preparing to have the confidence to come forward and let go of the secrecy, let go of those fears, a fear of intimacy, emotional and physical. What is the possible outcome? We've got the Wheel of Fortune. How beautiful. How wonderful is this? Something is ending. Major arcana. We've got Jupiter, Sagittarius. So we've got Cancer, very strong. Cancer, Jupiter, Leo, Scorpio. They're the strongest energies that we've got here. Now, Jupiter does speak to truth, wisdom, knowledge, freedom, the future, collective vision, your personal vision for your future. And yes, this can speak to connecting with people that come from different beliefs. Maybe also our beliefs have been going through much change, right? We may have been stuck and very stubborn about changing the way we see things, the way we grew to believe, we were taught to believe. So there are many, many new beginnings. Jupiter will give us the light, the truth, the fairness, the justice, and the freedom a freedom of choice. Think of Mars in Gemini, right? Gemini is opposite Sagittarius. And they are mutable energies. And remember that the mutable signs right now with Mars in Gemini retrograde squaring over to Neptune in Pisces. It's the mutable signs that are under hardship and going through a lot of changes, not only the fixed signs. So what are the mutable signs? Yes, it is Jupiter, Gemini across Virgo and Pisces. Okay, so I would say for many of us, I mean most of us, there's major changes that are necessary, that are being made. This is the hand of God, the hand of Spirit. This is the God of all gods, right? Jupiter, who is in charge here. And he's bringing in the changes, the fated changes, positive changes that are necessary. It is a 10, which 10s also break down and become an ace. Now let's see what does the collective, well, not the collective, the divine messages, what are they? And this will speak to the planetary positions, because what is going on up there, I mean, I see, planets that are just like the gods, and there's a chess game going up there as, God, the Almighty Buddha, whoever you believe in. I see the gods, the 12 gods of Olympus, and the planets as the Almighty God playing a game of chess. So energetically, whatever's going on up there, as above, so below, we feel the energies here. So what does the divine and spirit want us to know? We've got the 5 of Wands, so there's a tug of war. What do I need to do? And with Mars retrograding, yes, it can be very frustrating. In Gemini, fire and air can be quite explosive, quite challenging, very argumentative. Look at the stiff competition here. There's a tug of war. Here is the High Priestess, which is Pisces Virgo. She holds the key. The key is to listen to your higher self. Okay, some of you are searching for the information through divine source, through a tarot reader and an astrologer. Remember that the High Priestess, she's very spiritual. She's got great knowledge, great wisdom. Remember how I was talking about the matriarchy taking a position of power. This is the yin energy. She holds the solution and the resolution, and we all have a High Priestess within us. So don't be in this energy of the 5 of Wands. Use this energy here. Okay, listen. Get yourself grounded. Don't be stuck in the illusion, the propaganda, the lies, the deception. You may be wearing rose-colored glasses, so you don't really know what's going on. Make sure and be ready that Jupiter will give us the information. And remember also that Jupiter is actually in Pisces now. So he is preparing to bring the gifts in. And the gifts can be through information, can be literal awakening, spiritual awakening for humanity. As Pisces is unconditional love, it's compassion, but it can also speak to blockages and imprisonment and isolation. Don't be in the darker side of Pisces. Take yourself, look at yourself, believe Pisces is your beliefs, believing that Spirit has our back. Believe that Spirit will take you to where you're meant to go and what is best for your soul's path, your soul's evolution, and the evolution of humanity. The key is here, and the key many times speaks to revelations, the key to unlocking those blockages. The key speaks to an achievement, to being liberated, and to finding a resolution to this tug of war. But remember, fives always speak to changes. 5 is also the Hierophant. The Hierophant can speak to dogmatic beliefs. Don't be stuck on those old, outworn beliefs. Taurus, which is where the eclipse is happening, the full moon, is the most fixated, stubborn sign. Don't get me wrong, I love Taurus. They are Venus ruled, but they can get really stuck in their ways. And that's why the eclipse will bring shocking revelations and awakenings and understandings of what is it that we need to change because something was not working, right? What will the High Priestess, what will that key bring us? What is the High Priestess here for, dear Spirit? Remember, she's a new moon goddess. So maybe this is saying after the full moon, for the next new moon, which will be a new moon in Sagittarius. It's going to be a wonderful new moon, my dear friends. It's going to be a new moon in Sagittarius, which is a Jupiter-ruled sign. So don't expect things to work out on the day. They will not work out on the day for everyone. Okay? So keep that in mind. Even up to a year, these eclipses can happen a year before and a year after. So keep that in mind. We've got the Ace of Wands, which brings us to 6 Wands. Now, 6 Wands can speak to ego. It's Leo. It's success. But don't be in this energy. Use the power of the mind, the power of your third eye, your crown chakra, the power that you have within. We all are very psyche. We are all small gods and goddesses, but we need to believe that, right? We need to believe that we are not just what you see. We have strong intuition. We connect to spirit. It's like we are charged, spiritually connected and charged from up above. The Ace of Wands speaks to truth. It speaks to fire. It speaks to wisdom. It speaks to desire. The want, the drive of Mars. Now remember, Mars is going to stay in Gemini until he's going to turn direct on January 12th. He's going to turn direct, but then he's going to be covering the degrees that he covered. So until then, the mutable signs will have a lot that they'll be dealing with. There'll be a lot of back and forth. Gemini speaks to short distance travel. It's the 3rd house. It's your environment, your siblings, your neighbors, your relatives. So a lot of back and forth until Mars actually turns direct. Jupiter will also ingress back into Aries. I do feel Christmas will be very different to the last 2-3 Christmases, my dear friends. So expect the gifts coming through the very optimistic and very generous Jupiter, who is, I see him as a lucky uncle. He brings many, many gifts. Father Christmas should bring us and humanity, not only personally, many gifts. But from March onwards, when Saturn will enter Pisces, Pluto will enter Aquarius, there'll be a major turning point and a major shift. Good times, darlings, moving forward. Keep the faith. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We have the 7 of Cups, so where that illusion is going to be cleared. And remember, 7s, as well as the Chariot, which is another 7. 7s do speak to... 7 is a spiritual number, but it's also a Saturnian difficult turn for me, right? let's see what that Seven of Cups, which speaks to, which, yes, we need to believe in magic and that many doors can open as well. What's on it? And we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So the mother, she is the minor arcana of the Empress, my dear friends. Queen of Pentacles, so earth, very grounded, very much about security, our money, possible home, a possible commitment, a possible business. Remember that she is very much about creating. Be careful. Remember, I'm mixing up my words. I don't know why. The rabbit here, which speaks to the ability to conceive, to create, to give birth to. There's a sense of abundance and quick abundance. Plentiful, just like the Ten of Pentacles. This queen, even though she's grounded and she's slow moving, she's very promising about bringing in the security, right? So obviously Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and we've got a Knight of Cups here. Knight of Cups, usually Scorpio, can be Cancer, can be Pisces. Looks like a divine feminine wants something much more grounded and more real. The Knight of Cups, which does speak to romance and anything creative, a creative venture. We know that the Knight of Cups is not very certain about moving forward and offering this cup. He needs to mature a little bit to become the King of Cups. So I don't know if you are dealing with a water sign. Let's see what this Knight of Cups is sitting on. And we've got the Hierophant. So we've got the Hierophant and the High Priestess. We could be talking about a spiritual connection. This is the yin and the yang coming together and sort of maybe also becoming a team, right? Remember, we had the sun and the moon together. Again, the yin and the yang. So I don't know if someone is coming out of a marriage, a broken marriage possibly. There could be an ending to a marriage. I don't know if this is a business, because this does speak to institutions, large corporations, and so on and so forth. I mean, the Knight of Cups is water, so it's more emotional. But there's a necessity to ground oneself, right? Because there can be illusion, right? Now, interesting that we do have 8 cups here. So someone is needing to shed and let go of those cups that were not filled in the past and move towards having the ability to create a dreamy-like energy, but not only something that could be quite magical, but be grounded as well. What is the Hierophant sitting on? And remember, the Hierophant is Taurus, and this eclipse is happening in Taurus. And there is the star. So we've got Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and Scorpio. We've got all the 4 fixed signs. The star is a wish fulfillment that is possibly at a physical distance. Someone may be, because remember the Hierophant, yes, speaks to traditions and doing things the way they've always been done. That's why possibly we've got a Knight of Cups. He's quite shaky. He doesn't know if he can break the way things used to be, the conservatism, break away from conservatism, Saturnian energies, right? And break that mold and do things differently. That's probably why someone is in 2 minds here. But the star speaks to hope. And the star also speaks to freedom. Freedom, wishes coming true, hope, social media and communication. We do have the star, which is Uranus and Saturn. This is what needs to, what we need to break free from. And I see it in the astrology, where we've got Saturn in Aquarius. Aquarius is, we are moving to the age of Aquarius. Aquarius, we could be talking about the season of Aquarius as well, where, this old, outworn ways of doing things, which is Saturn in Aquarius and Uranus in Taurus, something needs to be changed. It's like this tug of war. There is the promise of this wish fulfillment, but what needs to change now, and what's going to be revealed, and what's going to be what's going to happen, and what's going to be shown with these divine and spiritual energies, because remember that eclipses, of course, are the hand of God. So what is going to change is we're moving towards the energy of Uranus, dear friends. And Uranus is going to move direct in January. So pay attention. Pay attention. Let's take the, because we did take the Karma Dharma. We do have the Sun here. Let's see with the Lenormand. Actually, before I take the Lenormand, I'd like to read the Energy Oracle. Let's take a message from Spirit. I will, at the end, take a message from the gods. We will take the Psychic Tarot of the Heart pertaining to love, and this new deck that I have here that you see. And I will take some love messages as well, my handwritten love cards at the end of the reading. I know many of you enjoy those cards. So those of you that follow me always, if we have a repetition of the personalized handwritten cards that I've given you, your messages in the recent past, make sure if you have received the messages that come through today, then there's something in this for you. Dear Spirit, what is it that we need to know energetically? What is the advice? What is the advice around this lunar eclipse? Okay, we've got one card. We've got one card. Archangel Michael, should I take one card myself? Yes, I shall. We've got Angel of Strength, and it's in the reverse. So someone doesn't have the confidence. Someone is looking for the confidence, right? And it is a number 5, a number 50, I should say. So we've got Leo here, and the Sun has come through. So someone is feeling quite weak. They're not trusting in their higher self. Or this is saying that someone is in preparation to come through. The Lion, right? The Lion speaks to leadership. It is the king of the jungle, the king of the wildlife, right? The king of the animals. So it speaks to leadership. Someone is in preparation, I'm going to say. We've got 6th chakra and Archangel Metatron. Wow. And the 6th chakra, of course, is the third eye chakra. So this is like the high priest and the high priestess. Our strong perception, our wisdom, our intuition, the inner vision. We will get messages from Spirit showing us our direction moving forward. And we've got a 4 and a 5. So that's really interesting. I think I'm going to take one more message. One more, dear Spirit. One more message, dear Spirit. Way too many messages. One message, dear Spirit, please. One card. One more card, dear Spirit. One more card. I think this is it. And we've got victory, and it's in the reverse. Wow. Which to me, reverse cards many times say that we do not believe that we will have victory, or that someone is preparing for victory. Now, some of you, those of you that do not believe in your higher self, in your higher power, then you will not be victorious. The only way to move forward to this victory is to know that you've got the ability to do that. Okay, some people may feel disappointed, that, no, this cannot happen, or this is what I was hoping for, or I didn't trust my higher self. So, yes, you may be feeling at a loss, but remember that the power is within you and within all of us to make this work. And look at the wreath here. Look at all the gold. And remember that the sun is also very much about gold, the sun, clarity, warmth. Okay, and we are in the Northern Hemisphere, we are going through winter. So maybe this is saying that where summer is concerned, the warmer months are concerned, that's when we will be victorious, possibly. So we've got a 4, a 5, and a 10, which turns into an ace again. And pay attention also to the 28th. I don't know what happened on the 4th and on the 5th of November for you. Pay attention to the 4th and 5th of December as well, and the 28th of December as well, to those numbers. Okay, so let's take the... I'm going to say those that were... that don't believe that that there is karma and dharma, and only look at having the power above others. It's those that will be in demise, those that do not believe that there is a higher power, and they do things and believe that they will get away with it. There is karma dharma and the higher power. Everything is paid for at some stage, and that's what I have. That's what I feel with the Six of Pentacles. Let's see what's going on. Okay, lovely. Thank you. Two very difficult cards, my friends. The 10th and the 11th, which I spoke about. Look at that. And in actual fact, we've got 3 aces here in these 2 cards, right? I'm going to say bingo. I'm going to say bingo. This is what we are leaving behind. We've got the scythe here, which is, it's connected to, of course, Scorpio. Possible legalities, possible endings here. There is conflict here. There has been injustices where others have reaped the rewards. They've taken all the harvest and left others to starve, right? I see the scythe. Yes, there's 2 cards that speak to conflict and challenges and difficulties, but the scythe also is the tool. Ace of Swords is the tool that we have to cut away anything that's been holding us back and take the harvest ourselves. We do see the abundance as long as we shed that south node in Scorpio. Let it go and walk through that portal. Wow. Spirit will give you answers. Here is an angel number, number 44. Pay attention to the details. Take some time out. Meditate. Seek the answers. Don't be a fool. And don't believe in everything that you hear and everything that is served to you. Things will be revealed to you. Don't be up in the cloud. Don't be in that Piscean energy that you believe that just because you sacrifice and you love everyone from the heart and you sacrifice your own life for others doesn't mean that others will sacrifice their life for you. Discern. Do the Virgo thing. That's what Spirit is saying here. And 44, again, the 4s speak to our home. The moon speaks to our country, where we reside. Are we happy in those who hold the power over us? Or do we need to be careful where we place our votes? Do we need to do our own research and not believe blindly and not be paid off? Many people go like lambs for the sacrifice. Let's take another card, dear Spirit. What does Spirit want us to know? What do the angels want us to know? We've got the home. There is the 4, and we've got 444. My dear friends, Wow, wow, wow. What's at the bottom? And we've got a blending, friendships, exciting news or stressful news coming in. Be careful with gossip. Be careful what you hear and what you read and what you are told on social media. Do your own homework. Don't believe in, the one story one person tells you and then you say it differently, and it's like the truth. We never really get the truth. Get your information from the initial source, and not what your friend told you and what you heard from your friends. Now it's a 12, which speaks to waiting. It is the Hanging Man. It is maybe we're needing to see things from a different perspective, and Jupiter in Pisces will give us that understanding and that truth. Now, of course, this speaks to groups and associations, social media as well. Okay, there's exciting news. There's an offer on the table. Could happen on the 9th. Lots of communication, possibly on the 12th. Lots of truths. And holding on to the faith, or someone has been going through a very heavy burden. It's been hard for them to bring this offer forth, but they believe in this connection. They believe in this union. They believe in this having the ability to create whatever this is. It could also be an offer, joining a partnership, right, for others of you. And there is the coffin. There it is. So we've got an 8 and a 9 and another 9, right? Maybe pointing back to the Virgo season, the 9th month of September, and now 12th, which is December. I don't know. Let's take different cards. Let's take another layer of cards. Actually, before we take another layer of cards, let's take some love messages, shall we? Let's see what's going on in love. And what's really interesting in the reading here is that we don't have a king, we don't have any characters here. That's what's really interesting, which means it's more of a collective spread for me. But we did see the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups there. What's going on in matters pertaining to love, relationships, please, Spirit? The divine unions. What's going on in the love arena? Because I know that we are moving towards good things. Throat chakra, Taurus energy. Taurus rules the throat. Throat chakra, which means communication. Not being stuck and fixated on not communicating. This could speak to communication because it's a 5. Possibly also talks about marriage, talks about divorce, talks about someone's beliefs. Where love is concerned, of course. We've got the finding balance of 2 of Pentacles, where things are up in the air. Someone's trying to, or putting in extra effort, or the communication could be about changes, about someone being really, really busy, needing to make a decision. There should be communication before a decision is made in the love arena. And we've got the Tower. Here it is. Here is Uranus. Here is Uranus, my dear friends. Rebuilding. Someone is thinking of rebuilding their love life. And this is what will be communicated. What else? Because this is an awakening that someone is going through. Ace of Swords, clarity of belief. There will be clarity where there's been unknown matters and playing a guessing game, and thank God for Uranus and the Ace of Swords. We've got well-deserved reward, which is the 9 of Pentacles. So this is the individual. This is someone knowing that they can be independent. Yes, someone could be going through divorce. 9 of Pentacles is someone who is financially sound. They can take care of themselves. They can help others as well. This is someone who is Because the Nine of Pentacles I see is usually, it shows in the tarot, someone who is admired. I feel that there's going to be a lot of truths and information about admiration. So someone's seen you as very admirable, whether it's your ability to stand on your own financially, whether there will be also a gift of prosperity, so financial support as well as love here. And we've got flow and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Jupiter is here. Changes, lots of changes. Oh my God, everyone. Dreams coming true. Yes. Yes, dreams coming true. Joy and stability, Four of Wands. We've got new long-term relationships forming here, and they are very spiritual. Can you see our universe? We've got the universe in the palm of our hands. The magic is with us. Nine of Cups. This is something that someone's wished for a long time. I will take these last. Let's just take another layer. Another layer of cards. What is the Six of Pentacles about? Why do we have the Six of Pentacles? And we've got the Eight of Wands. So let's say in the past, it looks like there was more equal giving and receiving, more reciprocity. Or this could also speak to someone needing to pay karma, pay money out so that they could release themselves. We do see, I mean, this is a Jupiterian card, and it can speak to flight travel as well. Maybe there was, maybe one person was giving less than the other. Okay, because remember, Sagittarius does speak to long distance travel. Sagittarius does speak to optimism and knowledge. Maybe one person was not sharing as much communication, truths. Eight of Wands also speaks to messages through social media. Remember that Sagittarius is a centaur. Centaur is Chiron. There could be self-worth issues here, or issues that someone is carrying pertaining to their childhood. Maybe they've come from a broken family and they carry self-worth issues. And I'm taking the next position. We've got Temperance and the Four of Cups, and we see him looking at that cup, the Ace of Cups, thinking about whether that's going to come in, whether that's going to be offered. We do have Temperance here in Archangel Michael, which speaks to divine timing, of course. Someone is waiting for an offer after an ending of a marriage, an ending of an era. Someone is waiting on the magic, needing to keep on believing that there will be magic, that there will be divine support. And again, we've got a four of cups, so fours. Temperance speaks to divine timing, remember, but also that there will be healing. Lead is being turned to gold here. Remember that we've got a 13 and a 14, so we've got the Death card. So this could be talking about, I mean, the Death card is Scorpio, right? So Scorpio and Sagittarius season. And we are soon to come out of the Scorpio season. So we could have this offer coming in, this new happy beginning for everyone in the time of Sagittarius and the new moon in Sag. Let's look at the Chariot in the recent past. We've got the Ace of Cups, here it is. So this has begun in the past, maybe from the time of Cancer, or someone is ready now to take the action, move towards victory, move towards that Holy Grail, that new beginning, that new emotional beginning. We've got 3 aces in the reading so far, and I just wanted to mention that the November readings are going up. I do remember Leo having something like four aces, so interesting. Four of Wands in the now, for whenever you view this, and this is a now for you. Four of Wands. Six of Swords says that we are transitioning towards this new beginning, this new stability, this new security, this new togetherness, whether it's with friends, family, loved ones, and a possible commitment. Now, a new home at a physical distance we've got here. We've got traveling over water. Sorry. We've got land but water twice as well. Ooh, next position with that Ace of Swords. And we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Here is the key, my dears. And we've got Mercury in Virgo. Mercury in Virgo. Mercury is on this eclipse. Virgo is all about the details, so make sure that you look carefully, you communicate clearly and concisely, because the key is given to us to open this treasure. There is treasure, there is abundance, there is stability, there's possible long-term connections and marriage. And the truth always brings us to a possible release. So where there's been blockages, where we've been blocked and tied up and felt imprisoned, we've got the answers within us, and the truth will also be shown to us through Spirit and through the guidance of Spirit and these eclipses. 10 of Pentacles, marriage, reconciliation, family. It turns into an ace again, that 10 of Pentacles, which we've also got here. But this will come after the ending, after a death process, after a release. We will know what we need to release, as Uranus will show us what's in the position of the action and advice. With the 6 of Cups, we've got the Faith card, a divine union, a divine marriage, a marriage which holds children as well, a soulmate connection which someone has been praying for. The collective is praying for balance, happiness, like in the good old times, before all these draconian measures started to happen and life became a misery. Let's look at, and Taurus is very strong. We had the Hierophant twice. We've got the Knight of Wands. So if someone's ready to take the action and the journey, Knight of Wands is driven by his desires. Sagittarius is very, very, very strong. Someone is ready to go on that journey. What kind of a journey is this? To end something, something that was not stable. Knight of Wands could also be a player for some of you, that it's time for them to go out, to be left behind. The 10 of Swords speaks to a betrayal. Okay, someone's been, maybe this could be a third-party situation as well. This is the end of suffering, the end of denial. Jupiter will bring us the truth. 2 10s we've got here. Some of you could be ending with an air sign, possibly. We've got the Ace of Swords here and the 10 of Swords. So we do have some air here. I want to take another card on the 10 of Swords. This is the end of the betrayal, the end of the lies. Jupiter brings us the wisdom and the light and justice. Those who have stabbed us in the back will be taken to justice, will be dealt with. Divine justice. And we've got the Knight of Coins, slow, stable, forward momentum. So we've had We had 3 knights. The Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Cups, let's see which we saw first. If this is a love connection, if this is a creative offer, let's say. Knight of Cups, uncertain, very slow moving, has been hurt before. Sometimes they drown in their emotions. They don't really know. Their emotions are very fluctuating. Knight of Wands, yes, I desire this. I'm going to take action towards it, even if it kills me, even if it hurts me, right? I'm going to stand in my truth. Remember, the Ten of Swords is the ace. Even if it hurts someone, even if I step on someone's toes, I need this. I desire this. I've got the ability to create it, and I'm going to take action towards it. Knight of Coins, slow, stable, but surely he gets to his desired outcome. And we've got Virgo energies here. So we did see a Queen of Coins, and we see the masculine showing up more as knights. So they're not as experienced as the divine feminine. Remember I said the divine feminine is taking positions of power now. Let's look at the divine position here. What's that tug of war? With the Five of Wands. It's like two people wanting the same thing but not understanding each other. It's like they talk the same language and can't understand each other, or they talk different languages but they both desire the same thing. There's the Hanging Man. It's all about timing. Someone needs to see things from a different perspective. And someone needs to, instead of just take, give. This is like two people needing to be giving together and not separately. This is not about taking, this is about giving. What is the High Priestess? And I feel as long as Jupiter is going to be in Pisces, we will be in that Five of Wands energy. I do believe that the magic will come as soon as Jupiter probably, more than likely, again, steps back into Aries. That's when someone will have the courage and the guts. Remember, the Angel of Strength was in the reverse. And we've got, again, the Sun, which does speak to confidence. What is the High Priestess? And we've got the Page of Swords. So something will be cleared where there's been a lack of clarity. Someone is communicating how they see things now. Or there's clarity after misconception and illusion, which can be Pisces and the Hanging Man. Now, I'm going to say also, those of you that have been holding on and waiting for someone to communicate, they could be also checking you out through social media. We do see also that the Page of Swords holds an offer. There is an offer of clarity, or someone's put in a position that they need to make a decision. They're looking for the key, the truth. Page of Swords is Gemini, the decision that's going to be made. Someone's looking for guidance to be able to make that decision. Maybe. Let's look at that Ace of Swords. And we see Pisces and Gemini, which are in square to each other, which says this is not easy. This is not an easy time, that Spirit says. Let's look at the Ace of Wands. What is that ace? What is that potential? What is that truth? And we've got the Magician. So we do have communication. We do have as above, so below. We do have, I mean, this is Mars. Let's see what's at the bottom. And we've got the Three of Cups. So there will be celebration, reconciliation for others of you. And if this is a third party and it's a love reading, then know that third parties are being rid of, getting rid of, because they don't fit, right? Look at this. This is Mars in a Gemini. Now remember, Mars is going to turn direct January 12th. Could it be that that's when you get the information? It will be different for each of us. If you are after a personal reading, do not forget to reach out. This is a collective, a general reading. Yes, you can take messages from here, but it's not a personal reading. So if you want more clarity, then do reach out. Send me an email. Everything, all the information is beneath the video. Now, Three of Cups is here, which does speak to third parties, reconciliation, celebrating, coming together. What does that sit on? And we've got the Nine of Cups. Well, again, 12 cups, but 12 and Pisces is also magical. It's also creating magic. It's also a divine union, a spiritual gift, a gift coming from spirit, a wish fulfillment that we will celebrate, that we will come together and we will be camaraderie. We will not be in opposition. We will work together towards the good of the whole. Now, I'm taking the Queen and the Empress, let's say, because most people that watch me are divine feminine. If you are a divine masculine, then you can pretend that this is your sweetheart, but we do have a Queen here. So more the yin energy. Let's see what's going on in love. And what the wheel is going to bring us here is going to be lots of changes, lots of action, but more grounded action. And remember that the Knight of Pentacles needs to grow into the King of Pentacles, right? So he's a couple of steps before that. We did have the Queen as well. So there is going to be knowledge. There's going to be a know-how on to make these changes, to work with these fated changes that are coming into the world. And earth is what you see is what you get, right? It's not just thoughts. It's not just desire and passion. And obviously it speaks to money as well. Let's see what's going on with this divine feminine, with the yin energy in love. Oh my God, okay. It's a number 30 and it turns into a 3, which is very much like the Empress. 3 does speak to expansion and growth. It can possibly, yes, speak to third parties, but the heart speaks to a love union. Happiness. Lots of happiness. And she is a 14, which is also temperance. I don't know if maybe I could call her a temptress as well for some of you. Like she tempts the divine masculine, the yin energy. The yang energy. Because if she is looked at as an empress, there's a lot of, attraction. A lot of attraction, and she's like the perfect female or the perfect mother. But there is love here. We've got the dog, and the dog speaks to loyalty, devotion, friendship and love together. And it is a 21, which again equals a 3. 21 is also the world card, so there can be physical distance, or there's a huge ending to a karmic cycle. And the fact that someone was loyal and they believed in this relationship, this is the sturdy ground that this relationship has held and will be able to hold after that Uranian lunar eclipse that we are going through. Some relationships will hold through the challenges. Many that have not been built on solid ground are going out the window. So this Queen has been very devoted to this love connection. And she's getting to the house. We've got a 333. This feels like I'm at the casino right now. Oh, wow. 333. 444. Hello. And the Queen here, she adds up to a 5. Let's see what's at the bottom. And we've got the Sun. There is an Ace. Do I need to tell you anything else? I really don't feel as though I need to go on more. But what we have here is the home, the mansion, the stable house. And this is a new deck that I'm using. And this, obviously, the house does speak to Moon in Cancer, permanency, establishment, tradition, marriage. Someone that's maybe gone through changes where customs are concerned, but they're getting to, and I feel that this has got a lot to do with this Death card and then the the house, the mansion here, which is in the hidden position that you don't know about. Yes, here is the path. Yes, after a death process. Yes, after an ending. This door, this portal opens and takes you to prosperity. Now, there are 11 windows on this house. Count them. 11. The portal opens. Temperance is saying, and Archangel Michael is saying, be patient. Yes, the sun is shining through for you. There is transition. You are moving. You are on a new cycle. The stalk brings the child, the newness, the inner child, the playfulness, the happiness, the risk-taking, true love connections. And, oh my God, there is Venus. Don't take everything at face value. Trust your intuition. This is a very, very positive card indeed, and it is an 8. It's the infinity symbol. Magic can be seen. What you see in front, you cannot see from behind. Trust in spirit. Trust that spirit has your back. Right? This is one of the most positive cards here. We've got amazing cards. Number 8, which is strength. Number 17, which is the star. Physical distance, friendships, wishes. And number 1, which is the magician. New beginnings, new cycles. Oh my God, what a reading. Thank you, Spirit. I'm so thrilled. I'm over the moon. Let's take a message from the gods and then we will take love messages. Am I still recording? Lovely. Let's just restart once more. Yes, it's a long reading. It's an important reading, my dear friends. Now, many of you may not know that I've done October, November, December readings. So for each individual sign, you will see the link beneath this video. Many of you are not notified. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have pressed the notification bell. Many say that they actually write comments and their comments disappear. The like goes unlike. They're not subscribed. Their comments get lost. It's ridiculous what's going on. Something's got to change with YouTube. This platform, nevertheless. Let's see what oh my God, the gods. That was quick. Oh, wow. Zeus and divine expansion, number 11. Hello. Now, my dear friends, I will not be doing another reading for the portal of the 10th and the 11th of November. I think that this reading is enough. 11 and 10 is all over the reading. So remember, the eclipse energies are very potent around the 8th. So we've got divine expansion and Zeus. He's throwing thunderbolts because he's very angry. When Zeus was angry in mythology, he would throw thunderbolts, and the thunderbolt speaks to electrical storms. It's Uranus, it's electrical storms and thunder and lightning and all those things is Zeus. But maybe he's angry because there's been a lot of propaganda, a lot of lies and a lot of deception through mainstream media, through those who hold positions of power, who buy their way into stardom and into riches. We've got Rhea and protection. How beautiful. Now, Rhea is the mother of Jupiter. Wow. She's a number 2. She's the wife of Saturn. Now, let's not give Saturn always the bad rap, because he will give us something long-term. He will ground us, but he will also bring us, the gifts that Saturn brings are huge. So we are protected from Rhea. We see the beautiful swan in the night and the new moon here, which could speak to the Sagittarian new moon, possibly. I would say also Aquarius and the new moon in the time of Aquarius, possibly as well. So I don't have the dates on me. And we've got Kronos. Oh my God. I'm going to call this reading, oh my God. There he is. He's cutting away the cycles. He's cutting away the negativity. There is an ace. And I did not get to see that we've got Kronos here, who I was talking about. We've got the couple and we've got the sun. Now remember that Kronos, Zeus took the power from his father, but it's history repeating itself because Kronos, Saturn, overtook the power from his father Uranus. So they've got bad karma. And they've been squaring, remember, Uranus, right, the sky god, and his son Kronos since the beginning of last year. This is coming to an end. So now we're coming up to, and what I see here is that, yes, Kronos took the power from his father Uranus. He reigned, and they do say in the golden age that in the time of Kronos, people would sleep with the door open. There was so much gold and there was so much trust, and people lived like in heaven, believe it or not, in the golden age. So remember that, as I said, the gifts that Kronos brings are huge. Now he's holding the scythe, which is also in the death card, usually, right? So we're cutting away on the cycles because we've got a new beginning here. And Zeus was the son of Kronos, where Kronos, he swallowed his children, not wanting to lose his power. But Rhea, the mother, she was intelligent. She found an intelligent way, a very Uranian way, to feed him a huge rock, and not her child Zeus, because Kronos fought, and he ate his children when they were little, so a fear of when they would grow they would overtake him, but that actually happened. So Zeus grew up and obviously took the power from his father and is the god of the 12 Olympian gods. And obviously he brought the light to humanity. He brought the wisdom. He brought civilization to the people. So there is divine expansion, and the power, it looks like, is in the hands of Zeus and Jupiter as we end up with the wheel of fate. So this is absolutely wondrous. So we've got a family here. We've got the mother, the father, and the child. So I don't know how that speaks to you, but we've got an 11, 13, 14, which is Temperance, Archangel Michael. Tomorrow is the day of Archangel Michael and the eclipse. Send your prayers and your wishes out to Archangel Michael and Gabriel for magic, for divine expansion, for love, for prosperity, and for the continuance, I should say, the progression and the evolution of humanity and of our lives on this earth. Victory is here. We've got the blessings from Jupiter here. And remember that Kronos, even though he's usually stingy until we do the time, it's like he says, okay, you've done your due diligence, now it's time to receive. And those who are Cronian in society and in positions of power are going to be tricked out because the wisdom is held from divine source. Jupiter is optimism, love, truth, and the ability to expand, explore, and be free. Let's take a few handwritten love messages. I know you've been waiting for this. I would say that the divine feminine takes charge. But I'm going to say also that Zeus, who is a divine masculine, yes, there was infidelity with Zeus when he got married. But let's say not only did Zeus have power, his wife, Hera, also held great power. They were a power couple, nevertheless. I'm going to say that Jupiter and Zeus could be someone, a very powerful leader that comes through. Someone that could have short circuit, but they're very generous. They're very much about the truth. They're very much about riches and abundance. Could be someone that's a foreigner. Could be someone that's quite spiritual. Someone who believes in God. Believes in wisdom and having the education and giving the light to humanity, not taking the light from humanity, giving the wisdom to the human race. My heart still bleeds for you. I'm not living, just breathing. 9 of Swords. I have never loved like this before. 6 of Wands. Open your heart. Talk truthfully to me. Talk to me. We've got the Ace of Swords up there. 6 of Wands is in the divine position here, but it's it's separate. We've got the 5 and then the Ace. Remember. What else? What are the thoughts and the perceptions where love is concerned, dear Spirit? Some of you could be coming out of a very Saturnian, narcissistic, dark relationship and connecting with someone that was much more optimistic, more abundant, more generous, more freeing. Ace of Wands. You are very attractive. I don't know if I can keep my hands off you. And the Ace of Wands is here on the Magician. You are my sun. You are my soul. 2 of Cups. And 2 5s. Wealth is not important to me. Wealth for me is connecting to my other half on a spiritual and emotional level. Nothing else matters. And we are so different. And I don't know if this could ever work out. I don't know what to do. 5 Wands. And you're going to see when you check out the November readings, you're going to see that there are many similarities. If you are on Patreon, you get charged the price of purchasing one extended reading each month, and you get to go into the draw to have a free reading. We take 3 and even more lucky winners every month. So if you want to check out all the love readings for November, join us on Patreon. These sound very familiar, these messages with the November readings, so I cannot tell you which signs. I don't remember, there's too many. I can't help myself from falling in love with you every day. That's the Ace of Cups. I've made a million mistakes. Can you forgive me? 7 of Cups. We did have the 7 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, if you remember. There it is. Yeah. And I will fight for us. 7 of Wands. So 7s are quite important. And we have the Chariot here, remember, my dear friends. So someone is ready to fight. There's been a lot of illusion and mistakes, but someone is coming to an awakening. We do have 2 aces here. 3 aces. And 3 aces in the reading. And how many more aces? I've lost count, like seriously. I absolutely love this, my dear friends. I will leave it there. I'm wishing you well this lunar eclipse. Wishing you well. Take time out, relax, meditate. This is a Venusian full moon. Okay, dear friends. So whatever we've been fixated on may need to go. Sending you lots of love, lots of light. Stay vigilant, stay strong, and stay open-minded. Don't get fixated, because Uranus is going to hit you hard if you're fixed on something. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. Thank you it's for free. And thank you for considering joining us on Patreon. I love you all so much. I want to hear your comments. Thank you so much. It helps the channel. Wish me luck as well. I'm part of the collective. I'm part of your family now. You're stuck with me, everyone. Love you all so much. Talk to you soon. Ta-da.